Daniel, what's going on? First, you made it, brother. I just turned this guy down. The other side I have to hollow out. It's either going to be a vase or a pencil holder or who knows what. But I got white oak, mahogany, spalted poplar, padauk, spalted poplar, mahogany, black walnut. I had a little bit of a void in here, and I cut a tenon on this thing, and I took it off, put it into my new chuck, and it kept wobbling on me. So I had to fix this tenon. I had a little bit too steep of an angle on it to fit in this jaw here perfectly. So I decided I was going to take this through the full course of finishing the outside and practice on that in case I have some kind of a mishap with this thing and the thing gets decimated. But man, that spalted poplar, that looks just like some marbling or something. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. If I keep my fingers out of the way. Looks cool. It's going to look even cooler. I've already sanded it down, so I wanted to just kind of hop on here and let you guys see it. Everybody likes to see the finishes go on. All right, Baby K. Hey, Daniel, I actually set an alert this time. I'm going to start doing that. Everybody does, and a lot of people miss them, so I'm going to start scheduling them. Thanks, Runic. Hopefully it turns out, and I don't wreck it in the meantime. It's just I glued them all together, and I don't know if you want to call this a vase or what, but I spared you guys all the roughing this thing in. That took a while. I go pretty slow because, I haven't been doing this long, and I don't feel like breaking any fingers or any of that jazz. But let me pop the top off of this, and we'll put some finish on this and see how pretty this gets. I'm just putting some shellac on it. I've shaken it up. Now I'm going to stir it. The degluing. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the one that I had all the I made that short on because it was like glue everywhere. This is that block of wood from a couple weeks ago. I've been waiting on my jaws to come in, which they did. Those of you that are my chuck, this is what I was waiting to come in. So let's put some shellac on this guy. See what this dude looks like. Like I said, I still got to do the inside. I'm going to let you look at it, and then I'm going to turn it on from the other side. All right. Put the lid on this. I'll put a few more coats on it. That's kind of bizarre there. And then, like I said, I still got to flip it and take this all out. Okay. Friction polish. All right, yeah, Josh, that'd be perfect. You know, I was looking at some of that sanding paste. I haven't got any of that kind of stuff. You know, I'm still figuring it out. I do like the way this looks. Oh, you know what? That's right where I stuck that the first time. I better put some more on it before I seal the boundaries up. I'm just going to rub it on by hand. I'm going to rub it on by hand. I just hit it with 4O steel wool between coats is what I've been doing. And that's been working pretty good. This is a little heavy right here. That's kind of pretty on that oak. This is supposed to be white oak, but man, some of those pores on that look a little bit closer to red oak. I'm wondering if I got some kind of a different variation that's red oak that really looks like white oak. There we go. See this end grain on this spalted poplar is pretty serious. You can see the holes on the ends of it. Or I can anyway. I don't know if you guys can, but it's like right in there. It's just soaking that up. Those ingredients right here. Nothing better than a recipe you don't have to buy anything for. I'm kind of scrolling up here. Yep, first time visitor, I think, Suzanne. You guys check her page out. She does all kinds of stuff. She's making a cool axe. Daniel, you would actually probably like her axes. She did one with a military thing on it. Might fit your theme for your Viking axes. Hey, Michael, thank you. I still got to hollow this inside out, but I'm going to at least finish this, and I wanted to share this, and we'll hopefully see how my tenon turning did, see how well this gets secured. I think I'm caught up here. Hey, hit the like button if you haven't thought about it. If you want to, anyway. This isn't going to be a long live. I just really wanted to tune in and show this off because I think it looks cool. And I like sharing stuff I think that looks cool. Especially if I run a risk of destroying it in my self-inflicted training program. Electro etching another tomahawk, Suzanne. Josh says, I put it in a condiment bottle, put a nice coat on slow, then crank the speed up to get it hot under the cloth. Gives a really nice shine. All right. The rest of these I'll be turning on the cloth with this stuff, but can I go ahead and add the mineral spirits and the linseed oil to the following coats? Because I definitely, there's definitely pores here that are going to continue to soak up that second coat. Cool. I don't know if Daniel's still here or not, but he uses axes in there. Do you follow Daniel, Suzanne? Hey, Mike, how's it going? I missed it. What do you use the Dimmaticus earth for? Some beeswax and pumice. The pumice. So, I mean, I know that would act as a sanding type agent. What's the pumice? The purpose of the pumice? Just more make it like a buffing compound? I guess I've never bought pumice, but I'm assuming you can get different sized grits. Hey, old Pat. Turpentine because you like the smell. Yep. Actually, turpentine doesn't smell bad, does it? It smells like pine or cedar, or both, actually. Okay. What grit pumice do you get, Runic? Uh-uh. So you basically just it pulverizes the pumice in the process to make it into a paste. All right. Hey, Kat. Nice little turnout. Holy moly, there's 30 of you guys in here. That ain't half bad looking. Wonder if it'll make a difference if I... Yeah, there's no shading. I got my garage door open here. Well, I am definitely going to have to try that. Cool. There you go. Nice little tip. 34, up to 34, down to 23. Got 14 likes, though. 15 minutes. Anyway, when I flip this thing around and hook it in the chuck, after I put a couple more coats of this on here, I may go live again later and try to do some turning on this thing. I'm keeping my fingers crossed to see how well this fits. We'll see. Aiden's in the house. Kat, this is either going to be a vase, a pencil holder, any number of things. I don't know. Right now, it's just going to be like a catch-all type vase. I mean, I'll get a tape measure if you guys can see the sizes. It's, basically I'm going to eventually cut this off down here. So it's going to be probably approximately like 4 3/4 of an inch tall, and probably at the top, like 4 3/4, 4.5 inches. Well, actually, it's going to be like right at a little hair over 5 inches wide at the top, and at the bottom, about 3.5 inches. I put some little ridges in here. I was going to put a V right where that Paduke is in the middle right here, but I put the V in and I really didn't like how it looked. So I was like, well, I'm not doing that. So I took the V out and just blended it to put a little ridge in there. And I do like kind of the way that looks. Pumice is for rock polishing too, or Diamaticus earth, or volcanic stuff. But yeah, well, I guess you don't know how big my hands are or aren't, but you know, this could be like well, depending on what I put on the inside of it, you could turn that into a big beer mug. Hey, thanks, Mr. Ree. We'll keep my fingers crossed. Y'all root for me when I go to carving the inside of this out. This is a pretty deep attempt for me. So I'm going to take my time and go slow, and hopefully it doesn't fly off and get all banged up. Hey, Amy Joe. Thanks for joining in. I just put one coat of shellac on this thing. Some of the end grains, you can see the end grains where they just drank that up. But this spalted poplar, mahogany, Paduke, white oak, and black walnut on the top. A big mug. That's right. This is a mighty big mug. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. It will melt the finish if I did use that for beer. I really don't know what I'm going to use it for. This is the only one that really wasn't scrap was I cut a usable piece of the black walnut, but all the rest of this was really just scrap. I could have found something to use the mahogany for just because it's so pretty, but I wanted to make something cool on the lathe. Yeah, Suzanne, I thought that's what you were going for when you said auntie. I was like, oh, she's trying to say Amy Joe. Anti. Metal fumes. That's etching you're doing. Thanks, Amy Joe. It, you know, I'm concerned that I'm going to foul it up digging this out because this is really the first time I've ever tried this chuck, and the first attempt I had the wrong angle, and I just barely started cutting on it, and it started working loose. So I stopped, rechucked it up between the centers, changed the angle on this, and then I decided I'm just going to finish this entire outside in case something happens, and I just say, you know what, I'm going to stop here. At least I'll have this all finished. So that's what I'm doing. Suzanne can't speak and Amy Jo can't type. It's all in the algorithm or the interweb or whatever you want to call it. Hey, Steve. I'm sure you probably just heard most of that explanation right there, but this was a total experiment. I'm going to have to figure out a way to, we'll see how this coats out with this spalting, but I sanded this down to 1200 just to kind of experiment with going with a real high number. I know that you typically wouldn't get much penetration with your finishes when you sand something like that. You're basically just burnishing it, but obviously, because that spalted poplar is pretty. It's not punky, but it's very lightweight. So we know there's a lot of air and it's very porous. Yeah, Runic, that's what I'm gonna try to do. I mean, I'm really new at this turning stuff. So yes, I am gonna just, make more stardust and less chips is what I'm gonna be doing when I'm turning this, just to take my time and not foul it up. Yeah, the layers, Josh, I really wanted to dive right into a segmented ring bowl. I got to make a jig for that. I'm definitely going to do that probably next. Um, but I figured, you know what? Let me test the glue up, the pressures, and I may as well do it with something like this before I go ahead and take all the time to do all the segmented rings before I figure out that I'm not good enough to do a segmented ring yet. So I did this. Baby K, have you tried Just Holder yet so you can clear out the inside? Uh, no, I didn't. Oh, actually, yes, when it came loose the first time, I just had it chucked in this. And the end here, I wanted to get rid of the tool mark and the centering pin hole just in case I had to recenter it up. Um, because when I put it in the chuck, there was just a little bit of wobble where I couldn't quite get this perfect. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to just flatten off the bottom of that to where I can pull this tailstock in to shore it up. And when I was in there, and I wasn't hitting it hard, it popped. It didn't pop out. It popped loose and really started to wobble. So, and I had these jaws tightened down pretty good. So I regrouped. I'm catching up with the chat here. Do it, Mike. A box from a board. Turn box. Yep, there you go. Steve says do it. Cat's back. Kids distracted her. Amy Jo's making a chocolate cake right now. She'll be back later, I'm sure. Well, it did just a little bit. I've had much bigger puckers because it really just popped off center, maybe an inch, and it was wobbling. And I just actually, that's when I had hesitation. I had to go across the spinning thing to hit the power button, but I just kind of put my arm up and shot across there. Oh, I was just kidding, Amy Jo. You know how I'm always saying you're going to go cook something. I call you Betty Crocker. I just said, yeah, you were off baking the chocolate cake. Those feathers on that eagle are looking fantastic. Anybody that hasn't seen Amy Jo's channel that's in here, I'm sure there's 24 people in here. Most people have, but check her out. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm still, I'm not really scared of this, but I respect all power tools. And anytime something's turning it, I think I added about 750 RPM at the time. So not terribly fast. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Josh, that's basically what I do with this tailstock. I tighten it down, hit it, it'll loosen up a little bit. Let me zoom out. I'll bust this loose, crank it a little bit, snap it back up. I mean, I do that quite a bit, a lot, actually, or frequently. Steampunk eye patch. One of those things that looks like stitches running around it. Wowie's in the house. I just told him a little bit ago I was hopping on there. I didn't see your post, Wowie. Oh, there it is. Can't stay long. Appreciate you dropping in, man. This is what I was telling you about earlier, Wowie. I'll give you the rundown. White oak, mahogany, spalted poplar, padauk strip in the middle, spalted poplar, mahogany, black walnut. So that's it. Yeah, that's good. Good suggestion, Kat. Dances. Drop the picture of that on the community page or video it, whatever. Hey, thanks, Wowie. Yeah, well, we'll see if we just want it to stay awesome. At this point, that's what I'm going for. No devastating uh, destruction to these pieces. Uh, your community, I don't know if you're asking me that. Your community page is right on your sheet. I don't believe we can post pictures to other people's community pages. Anybody wants to share their page or their channel, it's anytime anybody wants to do it, they can do it on this channel. I don't care. Doesn't bother me one bit. So if you feel like sharing your channel, share your channels. Actually, Suzanne, I can make you a mod if you want me to, and you can share your channel in here too. I made Baby Kisses a mod, and Bear's like, oh no, don't make her a mod. She doesn't want to be a mod. So I'm kind of asking. I don't want to upset anybody. All right, Kat. Cool. There you go. My honey's handmade is Steve. Steve is a jack of all trades. Hey, yeah, Wowie. Just, share it away. Any of you guys. Anytime I'm doing a live while I'm doing this, don't worry, you're not going to hurt my feelings. You guys just have your conversations while I'm doing my thing, and you guys, post away. It's open access or whatever. The sun is just getting so I can't hardly, I'm going to have to reposition my camera. I had just enough glare on here I couldn't see the words. So you're okay with being a mod, Susan? Or Suzanne, I'm sure, sorry. Suzanne, you are now a mod, so feel free. You can share your page here. Steve, you went live today? I saw your short video this morning. Actually, I commented on it. I think you commented back. I just stumbled across Suzanne a few days ago. She's got a real cool interest, varied interest. It's a variety channel. She's skilled in a lot of stuff. Oh, you're cranking out that stack of plaques? I got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I commented on it. Hey, you're welcome, Suzanne. Well, you already know Amy Joe. Maybe that's where it was either Amy Joe's live or maybe it was Knuckles live. I can't remember. You guys hear my dog whining? Mia, come here. Come on. I'll show you guys my dog here real quick. Cat, here's your favorite pooch. Hey, look at the camera. I had her out of the dust. She was whining. Cat approves. Now she's going to try to sneak off. The neighbor's cat's been hanging around over here, and they're not exactly buddies. They're not enemies, but that cat's got all its claws, so. Yeah, we're an awesome group. You know, we're like a roving wolf pack that runs around and helps everybody. It's really a fantastic situation. Hang on one second. Mia, come here. Hey, get over here. Come on. As she starts walking up the driveway. Yeah, Amy Jo's super nice. We all share each other's channels. Perry, you want to be a moderator? Perry's the carving wizard. Cat, you calling Perry Ziz? Is that your nickname for him? Oh, okay. Well, Perry, I'm gonna go ahead and make you a mod just so you can share your channel if you decide that's what you want to do. Because you have to be a moderator to be able to share your channel, so you can do that anytime here. Hey, Red Prog. Welcome. We put some shellac on this guy. It's dry now. Only takes about 20 minutes for that stuff. I'm going to have to take you guys for a little stroll here. He isn't listening. So hopefully I don't lose you guys. I'm going to keep the phone away from me. Oh, yeah. Hey, come on, get over here. Come on. I'll show you where she is. Come on. Hey, Mia. Hey, come on. I can call her till I'm blue in the face. But if I walk over and pick up a stick and throw it out into the woods, watch how fast she runs down here. You gotta outsmart your animals. Hey, come on. Come on. Here she comes. Oh, yeah. You got a stick. Come on, go get it. Works with kids, too. You just gotta outsmart them. Come here. Come on. Good girl. Come on, Mia. I'm gonna go put her inside. We got too many birds of prey around here for that little thing to be cruising all over the neighborhood. Come here, Mia. Come on. Come on. Let's go. You're going in. Come on. Good girl. Stay. Okay. All right. Yeah, it is on days like today, especially. It is. It's pretty nice out here. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna be selling this place here pretty soon and moving closer to my kids, and my grandkids. We got Bear in the house. Yeah, everybody, thank you. 22 likes now. That's awesome. Bear, you going live today? You're going to be going live in what, an hour? I really like what you're doing with that lean-to shelter workshop. It's awesome. Bear's a channel subscriber. Amy Joe is. Daniel, the Bearded Viking is. EW is. And Dot is. I have not. Mark. Nice unicorn, Mark. No worries, Josh. You do what you got to do. Voice to text doesn't work very well for me. It must think I have a speech impediment or something. Hey, Mark, I was telling everybody if you want to share your channel, you can. Red Prog, do you have a channel? What's your name, by the way? I was talking to Amy Jo the other day, and I asked her. And I know that you're in Daniel's lives too, but for the life of me, I tried. And I was like, what's his name? And she said, I don't know. Let me try. Are we working? Larry. Okay. I won't forget, Larry. Thank you. Do you have a channel? Larry the Frog. That 740 sign looks good on your. Okay. That 740 sign looks good on your building too, Bear. Old Path. Old Path did 2 lives yesterday. Him and his daughter. You know I'm kidding. I was joshing with him. How appropriate since there's so many Joshes in here. There you go. Perry, the Carving Wizard, just shared his channel. Perry's a veteran and a budding woodworker. Yes, sir. Figured it out. You know, I was looking for your channel, and there were a lot of progs out there, and several were actually red progged, and I knew that there was something to it, so that makes sense now. It's a type of music. It's just spelled. I just took the SH off of my name. It was too confusing for people when I tell them my name is Josh. It only lasted for like a day. Yeah, there's like half of the people in here are Josh's. EW, Bear, LBW, CD777. I mean, it just goes on and on. The veteran of misogyny that I retired or fired. Suzanne's husband is named Josh. Yep. See, there you go. Yeah. Create CD creation does. It definitely, my son-in-law is named, or not my son-in-law, my stepson's name's Josh also. All right. Well, while we're on here, I may as well throw another coat of shellac on this thing. I should mix that stuff up, but I won't this time. I'll mix some up later. There we go. No, there's not too many Perrys out there. Not that I've run across. All right, so I'm just going to hit this with some 4.0 steel wool real quick. Throw another. When you shake it up like that, you better make sure you have your fingers on top of the lid. My wife did that in the kitchen with a bunch of chalk paint. And an hour and a half later, we were still cleaning paint out of the grout lines. I should have put something down. I'm gonna have to clean off my metal bed there. Coat number 2 down. The sunlight's really shining that dude up. Who's the slacker? Red Prog, this is shellac. I really don't know if this is going to be a bowl, a pencil holder. I mentioned it could be like a beer mug, but not if you're using shellac. LBW was kind enough to remind everybody of that, me included. Shellac alcohol dissolves it. All right, Kat, here's one last look for you. I'm actually cutting loose here in just a Perry, I just use my iPhone. I don't know what you got, but that's all I use. See, Kat, thanks for coming. Thanks for all your help with everything. I hope you feel good. Yeah, I think most people. I mean, unless you're really good at editing and stuff, I think just an iPhone's more than enough. An 1+8T. Hey, Norse, how's that miniature grinder doing you? Yeah, Perry, that running out of memory is a big problem. I mean, I've spent so much time deleting apps and all that stuff on my last phone, and I'm already deleting things off of this phone. I've only had it for a month. That's cool. It's hey, it's a dinky little thing. It was like 7 inches by 4 inches, and I was looking. I saw that thing on. I think it's a Vivor. I'm not sure, but if it is, I saw it on Temu the other day. Hey, Josh, you were commenting about my Black and Decker workmate getting all kinds of use. Look what I'm using it as right now as a temporary. I the dog holes hold my bigger tools. My new carbides, I just drop down in the slots, and any of the hand tools that are too wide for the holes go in there too until I make something. Works pretty good actually. Like I said, that Black and Decker tool is so versatile. I love that thing. Shop. Yeah, Norse. Hey, I didn't have a grinder. Out of all the things, actually, I did have a grinder, but it was a piece of shit, and I got rid of it. But I ordered when I got going on this lathe, I was like, all right, I'm going to have to go ahead and get a grinder. So I got one of those Rikon low speed grinders with, I didn't get those fancy wheels. Got this one here. And it does, I'm going to have to get some jigs. I'm fouling up my angles on my bowl gouges. I can get them sharp to where they do good, but I know I'm changing the angles because I may have calibrated eyeballs for shooting in brads and things like that, but my eyeballs are not calibrated to be able to get 1 degree of an angle on that thing. Oh, awesome idea. You like that, you like the Black and Decker using that? I mean, I'm telling you, those things, you can use them for so many things, just the fact it's like a Moxon vise. It's, a worktop. You can just glue a strip to a piece of board and you can make just about anything hook to that and just clamp that board in between the two pieces. They're super handy. I still have never uploaded a video to my computer and then up to YouTube. And I'm going to try that here pretty soon because I I want to start, keeping backups of my videos. I really don't back up anything. Hey, Mike, that's what when I refurbished this thing. This was a garage sale find, and I said in my video, I will buy every single one of them. There was one I came across about 3 months ago at a garage sale. It was out in front of a house, and nobody was there. I went and knocked on the house. I knocked on the shop, the outbuilding shop that was there, and I waited for about 30 minutes, and I finally gave up on it. But I was going to buy that one. Hey, Flossie, welcome. We made, we've done 50% of well, I say we, I turned it. I'll just put the finish on it for you guys because I'm slow as molasses at this, but I still have to carve out the inside or turn out the inside. I don't even know what the terminology would be. I think I would have liked this better if I didn't use this piece of white oak at the bottom, though. It's going to take quite a few coats to fill that all in, I think. Yeah, there was nobody around. I wanted it, but I wouldn't sleep right if I did. So I walked away, and if it was close to my house, I would have went back, but I was 80 miles from my house probably. Flossie, are you talking to me? Am I going to do a whole video of this? Or were you talking to somebody else? I can film it from here. I didn't, well, actually, I filmed the glue up of this, and I didn't film any of me turning the square down, which that wasn't too exciting, really. Just a lot of chips and tear outs. It was a good learning experience for me. I knew that you want to chew your turnings off from the face grain as much as possible. But I thought, I'm going to try to whittle down some of these points out here before going in at it with the gouge like this, because it just seemed like too risky. But I mean, I had some serious chips flying off. And when I would get into those end grains, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do it the other way. And once I got a good flat spot and I just went really slow, and I'd work out, I'd work in, until I finally got it, and I worked through it, and it worked. It took a long time, and I'm sure there's faster ways to do it than what I did it, but right now, speed's not really my main concern. I'll take a little time and not wreck this piece because I don't have anything glued up right now, so that'd put me a few days out from doing another one. So that's kind of what I did. But it was a total experiment for me on my part. Wow, this is already pretty dry. It's not even tacky at all. I can't remember who I was talking to, but I told them that when you put shellac onto Padauk, the oil will bleed out. And so you want to put on a really light coat, and I didn't do it on this, but you can see the pink right where my finger, let me get a pointer. I'll point with these glasses. Let me zoom in. Maybe you hopefully can see. But you can see where that Padauk, the oils from that Padauk are bleeding over into that spalted poplar. Can you guys see that on here? Yeah, Flossie. That's right. Fast is slow and slow is fast in a whole lot of cases. See, it didn't really bleed through over here. There you can really see it. On this side too, you can see the pink just seeping into that other wood. All right, well, there you go. Flossie likes it. Well, we're going with that. I'm not planning on recutting anything on this outside unless I have to because I tore it up. Let's see how, I should have used a sanding sealer on this, all that end grain, but live and learn. Figuring it out with you guys. Mark, it may be a bell at this point. I'm just you know, I'm really just kind of using this as a learning type experience. Did you guys see the picture of the little ring holder I did? Actually, I think I put it in a short. That was technically my second bowl type turning, and it came out all right. But this one here, part of me thought I going to cut this and part it in half and make this half a bowl and then make this other half a bowl. But as it is right now, I'm going to just try to leave it like that and just make it something, I don't know, some container for something. I'm going to try to catch up here. Bear says, Suzanne, or he said, Susanne. I got you. Wecklam, Bear, Wecklam. You can only get sharper with a beer or two. That's all. It's all relative, Bear. Well, there, Red Prog. Well, there you are then. LOL. I'm not sure if that's me. It's a bell. Is it a bell? Wonder if stabilizing. I'm sure it would, Josh, but it will still bleed into other stuff too. Bell's whiskey. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll all just figure out what this thing is together. We'll take a vote on it. Okay, Mark. Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, that is cool. I think my youngest daughter is going to be getting engaged here pretty soon. Oh, that. Yeah, it could be a lamp base. Interesting. Wecklam. I still want you need to make another Wecklam. Or actually, do you have the Wecklam sign hanging up in the shelter? We got to come up with a name for that. That's the Boss Ladies Command Center. That's what that is. It's not Bear's Command Center. It's the Boss Ladies Command Center. Thanks, Runic. If you're talking about this one, yeah, I like it. I just glued several pieces together. I really didn't know what it was going to look like. If I come up with a good method for sealing up this poplar, I still probably have, oh Lord, I don't know, 15 board feet maybe. They're 9 inches wide, maybe more than that. I probably have more than that. I probably still have 20 board feet of that left. I got more of this Paduke too. Oh, the ring bowl. Yeah, I love the black walnut. I I still got 2 more pieces of that stuff left. I just cut it off. Chuck, I can do a little bit more. Pretty limited on what I could do with that. And actually, that's how I stumbled onto the ring holder idea, is because I had to turn it between centers, and I was like, "Got that Chuck?" I was like, "Yeah," and then make it just a ring holder. Okay, Suzanne, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Come on back. We got lives out the yin yang. There's somebody's going live all the time, every day, every day. Hey, Knuckles. Knuckles, if I had that ring holder out here, I would show it to you. But I sanded it. The bottom of that is just as smooth and flat as glass. And I sanded it on that glass sanding jig that I did that real quick video on. And that's primarily why I went ahead and did that, so I could get real flat bottoms. Oh man, can you imagine commissioning a job to paint the town's water tower and you paint the wrong name on there? Well, that's an expensive mistake. Knuckles, you did make one? Hey, VLC. Hey man, I appreciate that. It's coming along. We haven't decided. It's a lamp base, it's a bowl, it's a pencil holder, it's we haven't decided. We'll figure it out. It's I won't turn this one into a lamp because I want to practice carving out the inside, but we'll see. All right, Perry, go help your son with his math. It's got to be math. That's what kids always need help with, or that's what I always needed help with, and my kids did too. Oh, you okay? You need to make one. I thought you were saying you made it in the house. You might have been talking about your slingshots being made in the house. That press that you did, that thing's going to definitely get the job done. You could probably over press it to where, well, I don't know if that would create voids or not. I guess I couldn't. Yeah, Bear and CD 777, those guys crank out some serious carvings, you know. Oh, yeah. Make a handbell, a big butler. I got a bird in here. Hey, Spike, welcome. Well, hey, thank you. You know, I didn't, the only plan that I set out with this thing was I think I just cut out for a minute. Am I back up? Man, that's dry already. Okay. I'm gonna put another coat on this. This is dry enough. I got some 2000 here. They came in these, I don't know, them polish and mandrel things that I had. I'm gonna see what it does right on top of these little end grain deals. Hopefully it doesn't foul this up, but I'm just gonna touch it really light. Yeah, that feels a lot better. I mean, a lot better. I'm gonna do the same thing down here real quick. Let's put another coat on. And then I'm going to wind this down. I'll stick this last coat on, and I know you guys probably have other things to go do. I can't see to read the screen right now. Opening up my shellac. That 2000, I don't know. It made a light ring right here in the center of that one. That may not have been the brightest thing to do, but you know what? It feels better. All those end grain fibers that were all exposed on the inside now are much smoother. See you, Red. See you, VLC. I don't need to stir up too much dust. I dripped some of that shellac on here. I need to wax this thing. Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were hitting the road. Anyway, well, there it is. Stay tuned. I am going to flip this guy around, and after dinner sometime, I lost you. Anyway, hopefully some of you guys that are turners, if you join in, you can say, hey, try this or try that. If Steve's still in here, I know he turns a lot. Michael, he was in here earlier. He turns. Was it chocolate cake? Oh, it's 3 o'clock. You're still carving feathers. How's that eagle coming? Amy Jo? How's that eagle coming? driving me crazy. I know. It's one of those ones that looks so good that you're just going to pour all your time into making that thing perfect. Crazy Joe's in the house. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely go live. If you want to go live now, I'll hop off because I'm going to shut it down. I've been on here I didn't intend to be on here very long, but there was a good turnout. People were having fun, so I just went with it. Hey, Chase. Chase, you come in at the tail end, brother. I'll give you a rundown on this, though. You got white oak on the bottom, a tenon that I cut, mahogany, spalted poplar, padauk, spalted poplar, mahogany, and black walnut. Okay, Amy Jo. Everybody, Amy Jo will be on in an hour. Hey, thanks, Chase. Yeah, we'll see how this baby turns out. It right now, it looks like a bell. Or so I know how that goes, Amy Jo. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it in about an hour, and then 45 minutes later, there's no way to do it. What I missed? What happened with Norse? Oh, by the way, according to someone on Facebook Marketplace, I make Demons XD. Demons XD. I don't know what that is, but I don't pay any attention to people on. I had some guy post on one of my videos that, and it was a video where I did a product review on a pressure washer, which that video is my best video as far as views go. And a guy posted on there and said, I don't know, something basically you talk too much and it was annoying. And I just replied back with like 4 of those dizzy eyeball emojis. Like, you're making my head spin, dude. Hey, Flossie, thank you for getting on here. It says, I got to hop off, but we'll look for lives in a bit. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We'll see you. Thank you. Someone told me my eagle carving is cliche, so there's that. Cliche? You should have asked them if they were woke, Amy Jo. Hey, Chase, that mahogany, I'm going to tell you the story behind that, and there's a video on it. I'm pretty sure it was $15. It might have been 10, but I'm pretty sure it was $15. I don't know, it was a while ago. It was a mahogany bed that I picked up from a thrift store. And, it was a good bit of wood. And I've made some shelves out of it, and I still have some decent long pieces left. I also have these are over 3 feet long, and I mean, they got the little metal bars in them still, but I can definitely use these for stuff. But it was, probably a 100-year-old bed, maybe. Mahogany. Yeah, that eagle carving. I love that eagle carving. That's right, Spike. Yep, that's me. My wife, she does most of the salvaging. She brings home furniture all the time, and I'm just like, you don't want to paint that one. And she's like, no, I'm painting it. And I'm like, all right, you bought it. You can paint it. The only haters mean you're doing it right. I have heard that. You get out there and you get some successful video and people get all bent out of shape. And most of them, not most, but on quite a few occasions, I was curious to see if those people had their own channels. And several of them did abandon channels that they hadn't done anything with for a long time. I think maybe they just got heartburn. There you go, badge of honor. That's right. I haven't had any totally deranged haters, but I've had a few people that say things that I'm just like, whatever. You just have to make a comment. That's all it is. They look for a rise, try to get a rise out of you. I don't feed feed their experience. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to be nice. Evidently, it doesn't cost anything to be a jerk either, but I'd much rather be the first one. Okay, get back to that dang carving. I'm gonna bail out of here too, everybody. Let me flip this around. Had a good time. Like I said, I'll hop back on later right before I take this guy out. I'll go live and we'll figure out the chuck mounting, balancing, and you might get to see some crazy mishap. But man, it's not tacky again already. That stuff, I love that stuff. It's so fast. Knuckles says, well, start making my next comment real good. Not following that one, Knuckles. How'd you like my comment today? You didn't comment on it. It was after Old Path. Is Old Path still in here? Old Path commented on Knuckles' mohawk, and he said he didn't believe it. He needed to see some proof. So I made a comment, and Knuckles read it, chuckled, but did not say a word. Maybe I shouldn't have written it and put it on there, but I thought it was funny. Hey, Kizzy. All right, Chase. Yeah, I won't be on long when I go on later. Like I said, I'll mount this up and then I'll turn for a while, but I won't bore you guys unless you guys are just having a good time chit-chatting, because it's going to take me a while to carve out the inside of that bell. I'm going to eat something, Amy Jo. It'll probably be around like 2 hours and 40 minutes. So around 6 p.m. Central. That's what I'm thinking. Is that a good time for you? You be in a place where you can watch it? I can move it either way if you prefer. Old Path, yep, he's still here. I know you saw my comment because you commented on it with the LOLs a couple times. I thought it was funny. All right, perfect. All right, guys. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. We'll see you in a few hours. Bye.